Hello, Christian friends. Once again, we're in God's Word today. This week, our study, I Will Arise, and today, the Lord's Judgment and the Sanctuary. The Lord's Judgment and the Sanctuary. We will look at several different verses of the Bible. There's Psalm 96 and Psalm 99 and Psalm 132, all of which speak about God as judge. God as judge, but they also speak about God as in his sanctuary. And there's a link between the judgments of God and the sanctuary. If you remember the earthly sanctuary, it was at the center of Israelite life. All of the different tribes were assembled around the sanctuary. The sanctuary was where sin was addressed and where righteousness was exalted. Sin was put away. Sin was dealt with. Often something had to die that sin might be taken away. So people brought their lambs and they brought their pigeons and they brought their animals. They brought different things to the sanctuary for them to be sacrificed, that they may enter into the process of removing sin and returning themselves and returning them back to righteousness, back to right relationship with their God. One day in the year, the day of at-one-ment, the day of atonement, that was the day when God would come down to cleanse the sanctuary. It was a time of great judgment. People had to afflict their souls. The priests that ministered in the sanctuary had to be sure that their lives were right. They had to go through rites of purification so that they would not die as they ministered in the very presence of God. The Bible is telling us that God's righteousness, as exemplified in the sanctuary, is the center from which he judges all. And those that are unrepentant, those who refuse to be changed, those who will not accept God's offer of forgiveness and reconciliation are judged. And today what we'll see is that God rises up to come back as judge. He is informed by a high sense of righteousness, and that righteousness beams from the sanctuary, the heavenly sanctuary and the earthly sanctuary, each exemplified that commitment to right doing, to right living, to right being, to righteousness. And God's righteousness does not allow him to tolerate sin forever. He judges it because of that. So what does that have to do with us? Well, we ought to learn today we have no business on the opposite end of God's judgment. We have no business looking down the barrel of God's gun. God offers to us his righteousness. He offers to us peace. He offers us an opportunity to be in right relationship with him. Let's take it as we study today.